Hey everybody, Jack Stan Johnny here. I wanted to make a video because I just finished building my first solar generator. We lose power here with a strong gust of wind. It's not an exaggeration, and we've got a snowstorm potentially coming, so I wanted to go ahead and finish this because it's been a long time coming and I wanted it built before we lost power. So I based my design off of Solar Burritos, the $150 solar generator, using a Plano 4-pistol case. But I did a couple things differently. I'm going to show you what they are. I found my way not to be better per se, but a little more streamlined. It was definitely cheaper and faster and easier to do. So this is it right here. This is everything. The main difference is I have my solar panel mounted internally, whereas Solar Burritos was velcroed to the outside, and he had screwed in some aluminum flat stock to his solar panel. I found that to be unnecessary. I just cut velcro strips and mounted it around the frame of the solar panel. So this is the case, and there's nothing to it, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And there it is. As you can see, like I said, I have the solar panel in there real good. It's not going anywhere. I wanted to mount this on the inside because if it's mounted on the inside, it's a lot less likely to get damaged. This is a pistol case, and that is one of its primary functions, so I figured why mount something so fragile on the outside. So it's on the inside, nice and safe. I used the padding that came with the case, and it works well. The next biggest difference is Solar Burrito made a panel out of, I think, wood. I was thinking on doing this with some thin sheet metal because it's much lighter, but I wanted to go ahead and get this done, and I'm not sure I have the right tools to cut it in the shape I need and the contour and everything, so I just said to hell with it. I'm not going to make a panel, and I found this way to be fine, and it saved me a lot of time. I already have the materials, but if you're doing this from scratch, it would save you the money too. And it's just easier this way. The way this would be carried anyway, you'd be grabbing the handle and, you know, using the foam cutouts. It's not going anywhere, especially with this padding inside to keep everything nice and pushed against the back of the case. So to set this up, it's pretty simple. You can leave this inside the case or run this long cable and find some sunlight. And basically I just lift the battery, and again, my way, I just velcroed the solar charger, or the charge controller to the battery. I used the same $10 charge controller, the same $35 18 amp battery that he used, and this right here, I also spent a couple dollars and got a digital voltage display to show me where the battery is at. So if I hook it up here, as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell, 13.2 volts, and the battery's fully charged. I thought I wouldn't need a quick disconnect, but I'm probably going to put one there. So from start to finish with how this works, 10-watt solar panel, that was $35. I cannibalized an old HID bulb kit because it wouldn't work with anything I had, and it wasn't worth enough to try and return it. Had it for years. Cannibalized the plug on it to connect to the charge controller. So that just clips in, and then onto the charge controller, and like I said, the little voltage display is velcroed on there too. And that, instead of running to one of many buses that Solar Burrito had set up, I just ran it to the auxiliary here on the charge controller. And it worked. I mean, it's reading what the battery says, so it's doing what it's supposed to. And then from the charge controller, I have another plug here. I found this in a box of old lawnmower parts. So it's thick gauge, and that runs to the cables for the power inverter. And I have an inline fuse here. It's an 18 amp hour battery. I was thinking on using a 20 amp fuse. Let me know if you guys suggest that I use more. I don't know a whole ton about electricity and everything. I basically learned what I needed to build this and what I picked up along the way. But I would assume a 18 amp battery would work well with a 20 amp fuse. Anyway, here's the 400 watt power inverter. Solar Burrito originally used a 150 watt power inverter, and then said he was going to upgrade. So when I saw the video, I said, well, I'll just do the upgraded one. Why make those mistakes if he's telling us not to? So it just sits in there. You screw into the back with lugs. It's got two 120 volt outlets and one 5 volt? Yeah, 5 volt USB. I think it's like a 2.1 amp, like a 2100 milliamp hour for charging tablets and phones and stuff. And it all fits in there snug. There's a little bit of a gap there for the fan. And this is nice and long in case I need to pull it out of the case to charge whatever. And that's pretty much the main differences between his and mine.